Hey guys, Desolator Magic here with the Desolator News Network, and boy have we got one big spicy story today. TCGPlayer, the mega giant of selling singles from all kinds of different trading card games, thus the TCG part, has announced that they are buying Channel Fireball. In a rare double whammy announcement, they're also buying Binder POS, which I've got a couple POS binders in my basement. But I believe this one they're referring to point of sale. It's some kind of card sales thing. I have actually never heard of it. So the founder and current CEO of TCGPlayer had this to say about the deal. Together with Channel Fireball and Binder POS, we will deepen the connection between collectors and retailers via online and physical store channels, accelerating a strategy that has been front and center to us since our founding. Now, what they're talking about there, I have no idea. What, massive acquisitions? If there were any, I've never heard of them. Eliminating competition? I really don't know what they're referring to. But they go on to say, for the first time ever, TCGPlayer will provide a comprehensive point-of-sale solution that seamlessly connects a hobby store's inventory to the TCGPlayer marketplace while also enabling the point of sale of any collectible in their store's shelves. Which, by the way, is a violation of a whole bunch of different products' terms of service, or at least the terms that you agree with at the distributor level, because if every store is supposed to make like a 50% margin on, I don't know, we'll just make up something like D&D books. Because, that's right, they do have an agreement like this, last I checked. And the MSRP is like $50, everybody's basically price fixing. I don't know how this is legal, but they have an agreement with the distributor not to sell it online. And not just, let's not sell it for a lower price, they tend to not, that's kind of the point. But it's because it would just become a race to the bottom, and a lot of them do it anyway, but if they get caught, the distributor can yell at them, it's a whole mess. Hopefully TCGPlayer would respect that, but then again, I don't respect that kind of system. It does maintain margins in a tough industry, but it's also a luxury good, and propping up a price to like an artificial level is kind of stupid. So, I mean, really the shipping cost should eat up the margin, and it's a big complicated gray area. One which I would think and I would hope that they're aware of. So they do specify it's including comic books, sports cards, and board games. As a combined entity, we will also merge the industry's best content with the world's largest marketplace for TCGs. By bringing together our world-class expertise, infrastructure, and scale in this way, we expect to deliver value to our community in new and exciting ways. While I doubt you have the same level of agreement that like eBay and Amazon do with shippers or their own shipping infrastructure, or Indicia or Pitney Bowes, and without that, people are paying basically retail for any kind of shipping service, at least in America. So that's going to make it hard to compete with eBay, and they've already raised their fees on TCGPlayer to be awfully close to eBay's outrageously exorbitant ones recently. And eBay rolled out like a tracking envelope with, I think it's like $1, but it's a plain white envelope. I think it goes up to several ounces, but it has a tracker on it to solve the problem with, I'm not paying $4 to ship a $4 card. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not paying $4 first class to go across the country for a 1 ounce package to ship a $10 card either. Now, $1 plus tracking, and with tracking you can prove that it was delivered. That was the huge thing. I think that system was opened up to everyone. But at least from what I heard at the start was an eBay exclusive thing. They negotiated it with the USPS, and then I don't know where it's at now. But those couple factors are going to make it really hard to compete when they're shipping bigger stuff like board games and really sensitive, stuff like comics. A lot of which have store-only, non-online distribution contracts. So this is, I hope they know what they're doing. I'd like to think for this kind of money they did the research. But you know how I roll. I'm going to read their statement, I'm going to read Channel Fireball's statement, and then I'm going to tell you what's really going on. So a further statement says, as a combined company, we will work together to advance TCGPlayer's purpose, connecting hobbyists and communities to relentlessly improve the exchange of things and thoughts that fuel their passions. My gosh, is that flowery PR nothing? Do they really think that one single person on this planet is like, yeah, you're speaking right to me, that's so great? Come on, you guys see through this vapid just nonsense, right? It's almost insulting how fake and cheesy and insincere that is. Anyway, this purpose, with a capital P by the way this whole time, is core to both companies and critical to creating a shared organization with a common goal of empowering sellers and delighting hobbyists across the collectibles universe. Oh, there's that corporate buzzword, empowering. Something tells me they just wanted one less competitor, but I'll get to that. So, blah, 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 blah. We look forward to welcoming this talented group of professionals to TCGPlayer. I guess they've never met them, otherwise they wouldn't have said that. I am confident that through this combination, we will create enhanced opportunities for team members, hobbyists, sellers, and all our shared partners. You're not a partner, you're a customer. They make money off of you. They take a fee. They're a platform, they sell you a service, the end. So John Sasso from CFB Group, which is the formal name of Channel Fireball, probably the parent company of Channel Fireball Events, which used to run the GPs, except they folded. So former parent company anyway. Might have been a legal entity, might not have been a shell corporation. I never had reason to look into it, but they're gone anyway. So he said, by combining with TCGPlayer, Channel Fireball, and Binder POS will enhance our ability to serve the TCG community, joining a team with a shared vision, culture, and complementary strengths. Wow, they have a PR writer as well. The Channel Fireball and Binder POS team should be incredibly proud of what we have accomplished and excited for the opportunities ahead of us as we join with TCGPlayer. I look forward to working with the TCGPlayer team as we bring our companies together. And then Josh Grant, the CEO of CFB Group, which John Sasso was the president, he had to say this transaction marks an exciting milestone for Channel Fireball and Binder POS. Did they own it or something? They're making statements on behalf of Binder POS. Whatever, I'm too lazy to look it up, who cares? So joining forces with TCGPlayer will position us to deepen our commitment to local game stores, expand the platform's reach, and create a larger, more diversified company with a shared TCG legacy. Together we will have a larger and more meaningful impact on our community. What are you picking up trash on the side of the hallway? You sell cards to people. Calm down there a little, my gosh. Anyway, and I look forward to seeing all that we accomplish as part of the TCGPlayer team. I bet both of them are going to be there for the merger transition and then just retire / get fired. They're the ones who ran it into the ground. Every metric I've seen is that Channel Fireball hasn't been doing so well. And with the massive, massive drop in the last couple months of cards, I wonder how long this deal was in the works, or if it was kind of put on hold, or it was always hey, this is an option, and then they pulled the trigger because of financial reasons. Magic is doing terrible, remember that, and Channel Fireball was the Magic guys. Oh yeah, they say later in the article that CFB Group does own Binder POS. Okay. Well, I've never used it, but if it's any good, that's a decent accomplishment, making some good software. A lot of bad software out there, so, like I said. So to be specific, under the terms of the agreement, TCGPlayer will acquire CFB Group's Binder POS, its Channel Fireball content arm, the Channel Fireball marketplace, and its Channel Fireball events operating segment, which I thought was dissolved. Maybe they're just buying the name? I don't know. I thought it was a separate LLC and it was terminated. Maybe I'm wrong there. Maybe they were just closing that branch and it was nothing other than that? I don't know. But does that mean we're going to see TCGPlayer hosting tournaments? My guess is no, but who knows? If you haven't been paying close attention to the news, Wizards, their new strategy for bringing back GPs and whatever they want to call them now is to just have them at other existing events. So if there's this big Comic-Con thing or some video game thing or some retro thing or whatever, they'll come in and just hold the event at that event, which is really smart. I doubt with the popularity decline lately that a Magic event can even stand on its own. And we're talking 2017, 2018 attendance was declining. Wizards was pulling funding from it, Channel Fireball Events was pissed, and they withheld trophies, they withheld camera gear at the last second without telling them. My gosh, was that an ugly breakup. And last I heard, Channel Fireball's card business was getting destroyed by TCGPlayer. I personally, I can respect TCGPlayer's popularity, but I've heard bad things about their onboarding process and how you can only sell certain things. It's right up there with Amazon's restrictions where just right off the bat they don't trust you, which, okay, there's a lot of fraud, I get it, but I don't know. In my opinion, the last numbers I saw said that it took way too long to be authorized to sell a lot, and maybe stores don't want to invest that kind of time when you can just sell right now on eBay. And they will limit you a little bit, but if you behave for a very short period of time, they will up your sales numbers and your caps and stuff. So one of two things probably happened. They made a deal. It's a pretty aggressive deal because they've got, money coming out their ears, I guess. This is a long time coming. This kind of was the strategy, and they're just one less competitor. Let's just swallow it up and then up our, fees another % and, mini monopoly, but not really because they're still competing against eBay. Good luck. They're incompetent, but they're big. Or this is hey, calling them up. We're kind of broke. Do you want to watch us run all the way into the ground and just go away? Or do you want to make us a super ultra discount clearance sale price on our entire business? It was probably one of the two. I don't think it was in the middle. Do I think we'll ever know? No, probably not. But if you can provably say that you worked at Channel Fireball recently, want to contact me and prove it and give me the real scoop on what's going on behind this, I would love to hear it. I think the best way to tell, sparing any other evidence, is going to be, well, what did they do in the next 2 years? Like, let me give an example. You can go to circuitcity.com. It's still there, but it was bought by the Systemax Group or whatever parent company that is, the owners of Tiger Direct. And it's just basically hosting Systemax's product database. I think it's the same exact search function as Tiger Direct with a new coat of paint on it. They just bought the name and they're just like, we're operating under the name and whatever recognition the website still has. And no matter what they paid for it, they overpaid. That was a, well, it's on 95% off sale kind of acquisition. They might have even bought the name in bankruptcy court. So that's one example. And then we've got like, you know, Microsoft or Sony or like Activision or something buying a huge gaming company acquisition. That's just monopoly and like centralizing. It's more like oligopoly. And then small indie companies do kind of compete on the same level. So like that one's more tactical than just, we're going to push out our competition. But you want to talk about like internet service providers in America? Now we're talking about acquisitions that are just straight up monopoly abuse. I don't think that TCGPlayer went that nuts with it. I don't think they're just like, oh, now we'll be the kings of everything. They'd have to buy eBay, which, no. They've probably got a better chance of buying Twitter. So they're never going to say, oh yeah, this will give us, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90% market share. Never going to happen. So was this somewhere more like, mega competitor out of the way. It's the one that we can get rid of and they're kind of weak right now. Let's just do it. Let's pull the trigger and let's make them an offer that they can't possibly refuse. Get them out of this and just let the owners retire, That's my guess. I'm leaning towards that. But Channel Fireball is pretty far left. They're not like Card Kingdom far left, but they're bad. And any company run by people like that, they tend to be very distracted, very untalented, and hire more people that are untalented that like to stay home because, I don't know, somebody hurt their feelings or whatever. I mean, look at Wizards of the Coast. Look at Twitter, who spends over $1 billion on research and development and did absolutely nothing. They can't even figure out how to make videos play correctly. It's been like 10 years. That's what you get with, well, you got purple hair, you're hired. Oh, and you feel like taking the month off because of your mental health. Okay. I seriously doubt Channel Fireball was that bad, but a lot of their staff members have made really offensive far-left extremist nutty comments. Really goes to show what type of people work there. And like I said, those people are unhinged. They don't think correctly. They are very rarely business masterminds. So this acquisition was probably not like, oh, merger that'll benefit us both. That I think we could rule out right now. I think they wanted their website, their name, their card portal, and their inventory. And for all I know, CFB has been crashing the price of cards almost exclusively by liquidating their inventory before this. Who knows, if they were doing poorly financially, what else would you do? So it's all this behind the scenes what ifs, and these are all what ifs. I'm not saying or insinuating any of these things actually happen. I'm just throwing them out there as examples of like how companies in the past have been similar, how mergers like this have revealed, information 5-10 years later. And I hope something that comes out. But this might just be the most vanilla thing ever where they're just like, you know what, we should do that. And yeah, okay, wild idea that just turns into, well, why not, Sometimes giant business deals like this are just on a whim. What I want to know is what they paid. That we're going to find out when hell freezes over, so don't hold your breath. So that's really about all there is about this. I mean, they do have this corporate speak strategy. Here's the 3 pillars of what we're going to do. Who cares? This is already corporate fluff enough. I don't really care about this other than the fact that it's huge and CFB is effectively kind of like going away. That is significant. I mean, if I were them, I would have bought Troll and Toad, but you want to talk about lefty freaks. Plus suspicions of like rigging packs and sorting them and selling known issues and oh boy. That is a radioactive asset. But I mean, would I maybe have gone after Card Shark instead? Yeah, probably. If I were them, would I have maybe bought Puka Trade? No, I would not have. If they offered me $50K to like take it off their hands, I wouldn't. Those people that not just are they bad at business, they don't know how to do math. That was like Fire Festival TCG edition right there. That, oh my gosh, don't even get me started. Oh, also, I think, didn't they close 2 years ago? I think I reported on it. I feel like I should know. Maybe I should watch my own channel. But I suspect that they wouldn't have the money to buy Card Kingdom, and video coming soon. But Card Kingdom has a lot of drama going on with their staff being a bunch of entitled, whiny, lefty babies, and the owners being massively incompetent. So they both kind of have a point, but they both need to grow the hell up. So watch for that video, among other fun news, on my channel. Sub if you want to check it out, and I'm working on the absolute grand king of all videos. The 50K sub video, okay, it went on a bit. It was massive. That was insane. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. Face reveal too, by the way. But this, I am putting so much effort and money into this stupid video idea. But there is no way that this isn't going to get 500,000 plus views. It's impossible. So wait till you see it. It's going to be old school Desolator. There's dogs involved. We're getting voice actors. If I can get this together in a reasonable amount of time for a reasonable budget, this is going to be wild. So you do not want to miss that. I've already lined up some of the talent and like signed agreements. Oh boy, this is going to be big. If it doesn't all fall apart, it shouldn't. I'm going to make this eventually one way or another. It's just, it's time. Because when I see money, I make it. If I can guarantee that kind of views, I'm going to make the video. Plain and simple. So a lot of exciting stuff coming up on the channel. Remember, we got all kinds of information about like the 2023 sets, Brothers War stuff, or Dominaria United, or what, I forget which is which or when's coming out, whatever. Don't forget, we got the Lord of the Rings set. We already know that's coming in 2023. That's the first standard legal set is the Lord of the Rings set. So, whole bunch of news coming right around the corner. Summer and into fall are always like that. And the one you've all been waiting for, a garden tour video. I might even clear 1,000 views on that one this time. Probably not. So thanks for watching. DNN appreciates you, and I'll see you guys next time.